The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Good evening, everyone. It makes me so happy to see all of you here this evening. I know that everybody has had this incredibly busy holiday season. As a matter of fact, I'm just, wow, there's this great letdown that says, oh my, I need to be able to go to sleep for at least, maybe a week so that I can build up all that energy again and take off for the new year. And so honestly, I'm super happy to see everybody taking time on this wonderful Sunday evening right after New Year's Eve. And I hope you guys have been having such a great time with the holiday season as I did. It was wonderful. And I wish you all a very, very happy New Year. 2016 is going to be awesome. And I'm really grateful to be able to embark upon it with all of you. So again, thanks for being here with me this evening. And welcome to my Psychic Hour. As always, we are going to take lots and lots of questions. I'm here verbally. You can raise your hand and Lisa will call on you when I say, okay, Lisa, who's up next? Lisa's my assistant. You'll find her in the chat room. And Lisa will be fielding whatever questions she can that are more generic in the chat room. A lot of times if people are shy and they are not comfortable verbalizing their question to me with the microphone, when you get unmuted, you'll be able to ask questions. But if you don't want to ask your question, you can type it into the chat room. And when you type it in, especially if Lisa sees a series of questions that are very similar, she will tell me that question. And so you can also get your questions answered in the chat room. So try it both ways, see which works. We have a lot of people on this evening. I'm going to do my best to move quickly and answer as many questions for you as I can. As we get started, though, I do have a couple of announcements I really want to make that are special. The first thing, we definitely need all of you to get on your calendar. The next Psychic Hour is going to be on February 7th. So if you've been following these and you're here every month, which I know a lot of you are, the next one is February 7th at 9 p.m. So write that on your calendar. As always, my Psychic Hours are always free. Another thing you want to get on your calendar right away, and there is a nominal charge for this. It is just $25, and that is my webinar, which is going to be this month's webinar on January 21st, and I believe that's 8 p.m. Lisa will correct me in the chat room if I'm incorrect. That webinar is extremely important because everyone is interested in what's coming up in their future. And yes, I know I put the astrological predictions on YouTube and on my website every month, and there's also an annual overview. But what I do on this webinar is going to be very specific for the signs for each of the people who are there. And on that webinar, we're going to be talking about 3 ways that you can make 2016 your very best year. 3 things specifically that you can do, that you can focus your attention on, that are going to turn 2016 into being this fabulous year for you. So if that's something that you want to participate in, please sign up early because my webinars fill up quickly as well. So you're going to want to be on that early and get there early to make sure that you get in, just in case it gets overbooked. Now, even bigger than that, anyone here who's been wanting to develop your psychic abilities with me in person, like where you can see me, feel me, touch me, we can reach out and hug each other, it's happening. It happens once a year. I'm starting my Psychic Development Level 1 and Level 2. It will be a 4-day immersion, and that is in Tampa, Florida. So not only do you get the wonderful sun of a 4-day excursion to Florida, but you get a total immersion, a psychic development class like nothing else you've seen on the planet. You can go on my website and check it out. Anybody who's been through my classes knows that they change you right down to the very toenails on your feet. You go into the class one person, you come out a different person, and that person is a better person with a great deal more, not just intuition, but ability to move through life in a healthy and powerful way. So if you live near Florida, or if you can possibly get to Florida at the end of this month, January, do it now. And please book really soon, because our hotel special room rate is going to disappear on January 6th. So you'll only have 3 more days to book that before you can't get that special rate. And also the seminar itself does fill up. I only have room in it for 35 people. So these seminars they're tiny, they're in person. I can connect with you directly, mind to mind, energy to energy. They're pretty fabulous. Now, that's January 28th through January 30th that you'll see that immersion. And if you want to go and join it, don't waste time. Do it quickly. On the 30th, if you're in Tampa or near, even if you're not in the immersion seminar, my great friend, colleague, and co-founder of my entire Anastasi system program, John Mayers, is going to be doing a messages session where he talks to dead people. He talks to the other side with you. And that session is only $35. It's unbelievably inexpensive. And we do that mostly so our students can actually see how a real medium performs and works. But if you're in the area and you could stop by, you are able to sit in on that as well. $35. It's a fabulous opportunity. Now also, and I don't have all the information on this right at my fingertips, but in April is the very first Anastasi System Psychic Cruise. Sandy Anastasi, me, a psychic cruise. I'll be doing a messages session on that cruise, very rare. I don't normally do them out in public. And also, we're going to have a psychic fair on the cruise. We're going to have a psychic shore excursion in Cozumel, Mexico. It's a 4-day, or I think it's a 4-night and 5-day cruise. If you want to take a vacation this coming spring, bring your whole family. And that information is going to be going out very, very soon. And I believe in my newsletter that just went out, there's a sheet there where you can sign up. I don't have all the information right at my fingertips, but if you want to get involved, that's another way to kind of combine a vacation with some real wonderful, fun stuff. Okay, now I've shared all my great information, my announcements. I want to jump right in because I want to be able to read and work with as many of you as I possibly can this evening. Now, a few of you have sent me very long, copious letters ahead of this webinar. I want to tell you, unfortunately, I cannot answer those questions before the webinar. If you want your questions answered relative to, on my psychic hour, you've got to physically be here. You've got to be here in person. Lisa will either call on you, or you can put your question in the chat room. Or if you don't get your question answered, you can write it to us afterwards, a very short question, not something which is going to take pages or a whole reading. And either Lisa or I will do our very best within the next month to get back to you with answers to those questions. We really do our best so that everybody here can get themselves answered. Also, listen carefully. Even if I'm not talking about or to you directly, my guides that I channel in these sessions have a way of coming through with your answers in the course of something I'm saying to somebody else. So listen carefully, because your answers might be happening along the way and you'll say, gee, was that for me? Yes, it was. That's the way guidance works. Okay, here are the rules. When you get called on, I would like to know first your name. Second, where you are calling from, what state or what country, if it's out of the U.S. I would like to know what you're most grateful for right now, tonight, as we begin 2016, this new year, what you're most grateful for. And I'd like to know your sun sign. So your name, your location, your sun sign, and what you're most grateful for, okay? Then ask me your specific question. And we've got a bunch of hands up here. I'm sure we've already got questions in the chat room. Lisa, please tell me who is our first person that we're going to work with this evening. We always try to answer questions for our new people first, those who haven't been here before. Lisa, who's up first?
Okay, the first person actually is someone that I know from Gainesville, Texas.
Oh, why?
So I am going to call on Kelly You are unmuted.
Hello, Kelly. Can you hear me? Lisa, I think we're having a little sound problem on her end. Hello? Lisa, can you hear me?
I
Hello?
can hear you just fine.
Okay, so it's not me, it's on Kelly's end. Okay, Kelly,
No.
we're not hearing you, honey. You can hear me. Hello? Lisa, we're going to have to go on to someone else, and maybe Kelly can type her question for you into the chat room, okay? That might be the best way to do it. So who's the next person on our list?
Well, actually, she does have it up in the chat room, so let me go ahead and read it.
Oh, good. Perfect.
It says, Happy New Year. It's Kelly from Texas. I was wondering, I've been having a lot of detailed dreams lately.
Lisa,
I'm wondering if it's my guide.
did Kelly give her sun sign?
No.
Okay. Kelly, please type your sun sign in so Lisa can
Virgo.
do. Virgo. Okay, good.
She's a Virgo.
Okay, go ahead.
Thank you. I've been having a lot of detailed dreams lately. I'm wondering if it's my guides letting me know to pay attention. I'm getting that 2016 will be the year for my psychic abilities to grow.
Okay. Well, Kelly, first off, as a Virgo, I want you to kind of follow my cursor here on our horary chart. This chart is information for everyone who's on our program here this evening. Since you're a Virgo, Kelly, you're right here. 21 degrees of Virgo marks the second house cusp. So you are most of the first house and part of the second house here. This is where you are, right in this area, okay? So 2016, your question is about in 2016, is this when you're going to develop your psychic abilities? So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to say, to begin with, this is really, this year and this moment is really about you, because that's what the first house is. And it's about your developing something, some talent, some ability where you can expand your awareness and where you can expand your talents and your skills in a way that will be able to reimburse you and make you money. So if your desire to develop your psychic skills is so that you will become professional, I would say yes. If you only want to do it to develop it in a personal sense and just because it's a fun, interesting hobby, then this may not be the thing this chart is referring to, because this chart shows you and all the Virgos who are on our session here this evening, it shows you that you are going to be developing skills and abilities that are going to enhance your earning capacity. It might even give you the ability to begin your own business. Now, certainly, if your ultimate goal is the development of your psychic ability to become professional, that would work. Now, let's look at the individual aspect here. This is part of a T-square in the the mutable signs. And I'm just going to trace it here with my cursor. There's your T-square. Okay? It goes from Pisces to Sagittarius to Virgo. And the T-square is putting all kinds of pressure and emphasis on the sign Gemini, which is the 10th and 11th house up here. That talks about all of you mutable signs in this room, the Virgos, the Pisceans, the Sagittarians, as being, and the Geminis, as being career focused this year, and that your career focus is going to have a great deal to do with interaction with groups and organizations and perhaps friends who will give you insight and a leg up. Now, that's all of you mutable sign people here. That's a tremendous focus for you. And anything that you can develop your communication skills and that you can lay a foundation for a new education or a new understanding and what your goals are is going to enhance every single thing that you're doing. So I think, Kelly, that probably answered your question. The direct answer is absolutely yes. This is a very good time for you to be developing your psychic skills. Your dreams are right over here. They're in the 7th house where Neptune and Chiron are. Perhaps your husband, or if you have a significant other or have recently entered a new relationship, your connection to that person is also enhancing your as well as their psychic connections. Okay, so this is a really good place for you to develop that psychic skill, and your connection to other people is going to pull that psychic and ability out of you. So, and also, just a little aside, Kelly, write all those dreams down, because a lot of the dreams that you're getting, remember Neptune rules dreams, are going to be very healing in nature, because Chiron is the planetoid which heals. Okay? So Kelly, thank you for asking that question, because not only was I able to give you an answer that I think is very encouraging for what you want to be doing, and gives you feedback that, yes, I don't think this is your imagination. I think this is really happening for you. But it allowed me to give insight to all the other Geminis and Virgos and Pisces and Sagittarians on the call, because all of you folks are, to some degree or another, on the same journey here that Kelly is on. Okay. One more little thing I want to add, Kelly, and for all of you as well. I do believe it is a very good thing for you, if you're interested in developing your psychic skills, to develop them with a person or a group or an organization that, like myself or like my friend John Edward or so many other people in the field that you know have a track record of having done good, reputable work with people that you know who are now professionals, or who are just really good people, that they have good ethics. The psychic field is a broad field. There are a lot of people who are incredibly gifted and wonderful psychics but aren't such great teachers. There are also a lot of people that aren't such nice people, that present themselves as being nice people. And then there are a whole lot of really gifted psychics and instructors. So just do your homework like you would any other education that you're pursuing, and make sure that you get it from the right people, okay? And you can always go on my YouTube channel and listen to my psychic protection tips, and that'll help you to make sure you're not taken advantage of in any of the places that you do go to, okay? Thank you very much, Kelly. I appreciate that question. It was a good one. Okay, Lisa, who else is online for some information?
Well, first, Kelly said that was spot on, and thank you so much.
You're very welcome, Kelly.
All right, now we're going to go over to Colleen. Colleen, you are unmuted.
Hi.
Hi there, Colleen. Welcome.
So I have a question about if you are really interested in doing something, but part of you is feeling that you're being held back. How do you know if it's your intuition that might be telling you that it's not a good idea versus maybe a fear that you have?
Colleen, that's a great question. And can I ask you to either mute your mic or else turn the TV in the background off, because it's interfering?
Oh, yes. Sorry, yes. Watching the hockey game.
Okay. And I would like to know what your sun sign is and where you're from.
I'm from Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. And sorry?
I love you, Canadians.
Oh, yes, we got cold weather coming in tonight. My sun sign is my birthday, right? Mm-hmm. It's March 29th, 65.
Okay, so it's March 29th. Your sun sign is Aries. Okay?
Right.
So if we look at where you're going to fall in this chart, you're right up here in most of it is the 8th house, which is the psychic house, and part of it from 21 degrees on is in the 9th house, which is about this show. It's about things online. It's about travel. It's about things that take you away from your own personal home space and higher education. So what your question really is about, and again, I think it's a question everybody on here is going to be interested in. How do you know when you're having a strong urge to move in a specific direction, whether that urge is the true calling of your higher consciousness, or whether it's simply something that maybe you're picking up from another person, or maybe it's your emotional need talking to you? I have your question correct, right?
Well, yes, I'm in a direction of changing careers.
Okay. Okay, and I'm glad you said it was career, because a career-based decision is going to be a whole lot easier to tell the difference between what is, just maybe a fear-based thing versus intuition. It's easier to tell with career because your emotions won't be as strongly involved, as if that question was about a relationship or about something you wanted to do, with your like a move of residence from one country to another. I mean, when you get into things that are real heavily emotional, a career you can usually step back and look at it a little more objectively. But it is the same
Mm-hmm.
information. The first thing, Colleen, is that this is a huge question, okay? What I'm going to quote here from Esther Hicks, because Abraham Hicks, whom she channels, gives some very, very good direction that every lay person should pay attention to. And
Mm-hmm.
that means whether you're psychic or not, we should all be doing this. And that is that no matter what's going on in your life, if you move in the direction that brings relief, i.e., it makes you feel better, you feel a sense of relief, that's the right direction. Okay? So, for example,
Mm-hmm.
you're sitting on the fence about should I change careers or not change careers. You get up this morning and you say, oh, God, that job is such a drag, I need to leave. And the next morning you get up and you're still on the fence because today the boss was nice to you. And you say, well, maybe I should stay. The money's good. And so you're waffling back and forth. Okay? Well, all you really need to do is to take that first step in the direction. And if you feel better, it's the right direction. If you feel
Well,
worse,
I've already,
you immediately step back and say, no, wrong choice. Okay?
right, yeah. I've already left. I've already changed careers. Like I left, and now I'm in a spot where I have no career, and it's to determine if I go right or if I go left.
Mm-hmm.
If it's psychic development and all that, and energy healing, and actually wellness.
Well,
Like my.
let's try this on for size. Okay, exactly what Esther says. Okay, what Abraham says. If close your eyes just for a minute and take 3 deep breaths, ground and center yourself. Okay, and I ask you to turn to the direction that says, I'm going to have a psychic career, and mentally
Mm-hmm.
step forward into seeing yourself as that professional psychic.
Mm-hmm.
Just feel.
Amazing.
Did you feel free? Did you feel wow? Did you feel this is my calling? Did you feel uh-oh? Did you feel insecure? Did you feel oh my? What was the in?
No, it feels like it's inside my gut, like it's inside me.
Okay, now let's do it again. Get back on that fence again. Take 3 more deep breaths. And now imagine the other career you're thinking about pursuing. See yourself mentally doing that career. Turn in that direction. Literally turn and take a step forward and see yourself actually doing that career. How does it feel?
It feels like it's practical, but only as a Band-Aid.
Okay, so what you're saying is that, and this is very common, by the way, what you're saying is that you're in a great place because actually neither one of those choices is bad. Okay, doing the
No.
career, that's the Band-Aid. Well, fine, that one works. It's not great, but it takes care of the bill. Doing the career as the psychic feels, wow, this is my calling. So now play that same game, try it again, and I'm not going to take the time to do this on your own. And think
of course.
doing the one career that's the Band-Aid while you get your psychic career going.
Exactly, yes.
And ask yourself how that feels, do you see? Because if you are, and now here's Mommy Sandy coming, okay? And my guides are mommies too. It just happens, okay? So what they say, what I say is when you find yourself without a job and those bills have to be paid, well, go pack bags in the supermarket. The most important thing to do is to get the job that's going to pay the bills. Get the wheels rolling. Don't sit back and think, oh dear, I'm worth more than that. Oh dear, my last job was $150,000. I can't take a cent less than that. Don't do it, okay? Get the bills paid, whatever comes along, jump on that locomotive, and then jump from that to the next, and from that to the next, and from that to the next. As long as they're moving in the right direction, you are going to reach the finish line. You're going to get what you want. The key is to keep moving. And again, I'm going to go back to Abraham. Move in the direction that brings relief. Okay? Each time you make
Yeah.
a change, it should actually feel better. A very good friend of mine years ago, I was going through a divorce with a husband, went way back when I was in my 20s. This was a first husband, so long ago I almost can't remember what he looks like. But I was on the fence because I was raised with the generation that said, you don't ever get a divorce. You're born, you marry, you're there for life, right? Well, I was sitting on that fence. And I mean, he didn't beat me. He didn't, he didn't work either, but he didn't do anything that was really outrageously, wow, I have to leave for survival. So there was nothing to force me out of that situation. So I sat on the fence and sat on the fence and sat on the fence. And a girlfriend said to me, Sandy, just make a choice. I said, huh? She said, sure, just make a choice. Get off the fence. It's the worst place in the world to be. So I got off the fence. And she said, guess what? If it's the wrong choice, you're going to get sick instantly. You're going to feel bad. And if it's the right choice, you're going to just jump off and keep on running because it's going to feel so good. So I would lay my cards out and I'd do my own reading. And I'd say, okay, this is how it goes if I get off the fence and I leave. This is how it goes if I get off the fence and I stay. Well, guess what? That leaving was the best thing I ever did. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here. Right now, you wouldn't be here listening to me. Okay?
Right.
So, but what I did was exactly what I told you. I moved in the direction that felt better. Okay?
Right.
Thank you for asking that question because I think, again, it's something which a whole lot of people on tonight's call are dealing with the same issue. Now, you can't
Well, thank you.
from this chart, but the chart that I cast for the actual moment of the new year had Mars in the sign Cancer. It since has moved on, but we had planets that were in Cancer and Capricorn and Aries on that new year. And what that meant is that we had a cardinal T-square acting, and as an Aries, you're part of that. And that cardinal T-square focused so much energy into the sign Cancer, which says that for you, it's very, very important that you take care of your home and your family, and that security must be taken care of first. So for you specifically, take care of your security, then jump on that wagon to do what you need to do with your psychic work. And that should be your ultimate goal because that's the one that brings you that sense of joy. Okay?
Right. Perfect.
So
thank you very much.
It was a great question. I always love the questions that I think are really helping everybody on the call. So thank you. I appreciate it. And you have a great year. Thank you.
You too. Thank you. Thank you, Lisa.
And Lisa, who is next?
All right, our next person is going to be Christy. Christy, you are unmuted.
Hello, Christy.
Hello.
Hi there. I can hear you just fine. Christy, where are you from?
I'm from Australia.
Oh my, you're up really early. Thank you.
My sun sign is Pisces.
And Christy.
And I'm grateful for my family.
Awesome. That was my next question. What are you most grateful for right now? That's wonderful, especially around these holidays. That's great that you have them and that you have that good connection to them. I feel a lot of warmth from that. Matter of fact, this tremendous, I don't know what it was that recently happened, but I think this holiday season was extra special for you. Okay? Brought everybody close in a very special way. Christy, what's your question?
I just want to know if you see me doing readings as a living.
I absolutely do. And you heard what I told our first caller earlier. You are part of that mutable T-square, Virgo, Sagittarius, Pisces. And here is Pisces and Chiron, the healing planetoid, right together. They're only 10 degrees apart. So I'm going to actually tell you that, you've been planning this for a long time. You've probably been psychic all of your life. You've known it, unlike most of us who have to stumble upon it. And, I'm prompted to ask you why you're not doing professional readings already.
I have started, but I guess I find it difficult to stop my own mind getting involved.
Okay. And let me tell you what the best way of doing that is. And are you listening, everybody who wants to be a pro? The best way to get your mind out of the way as a professional psychic is to sign up to do psychic fairs. And I don't care whether or not you're giving your time away. I don't care whether it's for a spiritualist church or a new age store, or whether you're just developing a psychic fair with your girlfriends. Because when you do psychic fairs, you're doing usually 15 or 20-minute readings max, sometimes shorter, sometimes 10-minute readings. And the people are sitting down, you read them, then they sit down, you read them, they sit down, you read them. You've got to get in, get out, get in, get out, get in, get out. And guess what? You can't possibly put your mind in the middle of that because you don't have time to get your mind there. Okay? So your homework in order to become professional isn't so much to develop the skill. You've got the skill. It's to get yourself out there. Go do the psychic fairs. You apparently you studied. They're telling me you do tarot cards. Yes, like this. They show me cards. You work with a tool. You working with cards?
Yeah.
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 And they're saying, you're good. You've got it. But then when you're doing, the thing is, when you just do the cards for yourself or your family or your friends, it's fabulous. It just rattles off. But when you're doing it for somebody, when you're receiving a fee, you say, oh my God, if I make a mistake, what if I make a mistake? They paid me for this. It has to be perfect, right? So what you're really letting get in the way is your need for perfection. Can I ask you, do you honest to God think that anyone on this planet is perfect?
No.
Yeah.
I think I'm more scared of actually doing the face-to-face. I've been doing them via email and
Yeah. And you're doing great.
not the face-to-face.
My guides are saying you've got it together. You've got it. You're already helping people with it. You're already doing a good job. And you just have to do the psychic fairs. You got it? Do those psychic fairs.
Yep.
It's literally like the first one, you'll be scared out of your wits. It's like a revolving door. They're throwing people at you. And all of a sudden you forget that there are even people. And as far as that need to always be right, I'm going to remind you what my friend John Edwards said. He wrote this in one of his books. He said that the most valuable bit of information I ever gave him was that he was allowed to be wrong. Because if you don't allow yourself your humanity, you're going to be walking on, literally living in a glass house, walking on eggshells. You'll be so afraid that you block yourself and you don't allow that energy to come through that allows the information to really come through with clarity. So you can't be afraid of being wrong. You just have to be as open as you possibly can. And you need to hear this, everybody, because this is me too, that you need to do this. You don't ever totally trust a psychic because the psychic isn't God. You got it? No psychic is God. What we do is we are the translators. We translate the information from the cards or from the astrology or from spirit. We translate the information for you. But is a translator always accurate? No. We're human. We can make mistakes. Your guides are always right. The cards are right. The astrology is right. But the translator can make mistakes. And you've got to give yourself the right to do that. And that means that your client needs to take responsibility for hearing your words and then thinking them through and seeing if they make sense or not. No one should ever just blindly do what a psychic tells them to. You got it? Okay? And that's as important for the person who's our client to know as it is for us to know. Because if we know that, we can be freer. We can allow ourselves to be really as good at what we do as we truly can be. Okay, so again, great question. Thank you. And I hope that helped. Go do it.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. And, what's interesting is that, again, I'm looking at that T-square in the charts that focuses the energy, this mutable T-square focuses the energy into Gemini, which is about communication. And so many of you are asking questions about your jobs or your careers, whether it's psychic or otherwise, and the focus has got to be you're communicating your ideas, you're communicating yourself to the best of your ability. So everyone here, if you're on this call tonight, work on your communication skills, because in a very great way, the things you want most in life, even if it's a good relationship, are going to require that you communicate to the best of your ability. Lisa, who's next?
Okay, our next person is going to be Karen. Karen, you are unmuted.
Hey, Karen. How are you tonight? Karen, are you there? I don't hear you. Lisa, Karen is another one who may have to type her question into the chat room. Okay, I'll give her another second to see if she can get her mic unmuted. If not, we're just going to have to move on. Okay, Karen, please type it into the chat room. Lisa will keep an eye out for it. And meanwhile, who's the next person after her?
Okay, let's go down here to Liliana. You are unmuted.
Hi, Sandy. It's Thomas and Lily.
He asked me. I know, right? Hey, Sandy.
Hi.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you too. Okay.
We love you guys so much. Anyway, so go ahead.
We're thankful for you guys. That's what we're thankful for.
We're thankful for our family. We're thankful for you guys.
Thank you so much. And I'm glad that you called in. So tell everybody where you're from.
We're from Atlanta, Georgia.
Unfortunately.
Yep. And that's great. And well, we've got two people, but we'll do like one reading for both of you. But what are your signs?
My sign is Aries.
Okay, so here you are right up here, 8th house, 9th house. And what's yours?
Cancer.
Cancer. And you're all the way on the other side of the chart, 11th house and 12th house, the friends part of the chart. Okay. Now, what is the question you guys would like to know?
We're wanting to move out of here and come down to your area, Tampa, here within the next 2 months.
Yeah.
So we're trying to find how it looks.
We're trying to move out of here, girlfriend, sister.
Okay, well, and
well, that's his question. Oh, stop.
No, that's his question, but I'm going to assume since you guys are tied at the hip that that's a joint question. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I can tell you that there are a lot of things that are tying you to the Atlanta area. And I don't have to tell you that. I get this impression that there's a long history there. And so this is why, Ileana, it's more you with the friends, and you have a fear of making that move. There's a whole lot of things preying on your subconscious mind that, guess what, Thomas? She's going to be the sandbag here, okay? But I've got to tell you that the two of you, why do I want to say the three of you? Is there a third? Are you taking a kid with you or something else? There's a third. But there's going to be a much better financial ability to make things happen in the Tampa area. Now, again, I don't know if you are what your fields are, but I think that the job situation is going to actually, now that surprises me. I would think that the job situation should be better in Atlanta than in Tampa. But my guides are saying that for what you want to do, it's going to work better in Tampa than it would in Georgia.
Thank God.
Yeah, it's the psychic thing that we want to get out of here for, because I'm retired from the military, so there's nothing really binding us here. But for us, it's really, we want to move most closely towards that area because we just like the environment, we like the atmosphere. It's suited us so much more when we go down there to visit all the time.
I mean, the water is really healing, and I want to start my readings and my psychic abilities. I guess I haven't, done none of my work due to us being stuck here and being, not.
If you're going to be in Tampa in the next 2 months, make sure you're there before January 28th and come to my classes.
Oh yes,
That'll be a deal.
Oh yeah, that will be a deal if a move does happen.
But I do know it really looks like the timing is better for Tom than it is for you. Okay, and I'm talking about that more in an emotional sense than anything else. So I think that it'll be great for both of you, and I think that your finances are going to go further in Florida. I think financially, in terms of what you want to do with your future, there's definitely And by the way, your health as well. I think that the Tampa area is going to work better, but I know that for you, the transition is going to be very, very difficult in spite of the fact that so much of what you want is down there. Okay?
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
did that help? I hope.
Yeah, it helps.
Well, yeah, I hope it helped a lot, but yeah, it helped for him, for Thomas help, because we want to get out of here before February, so hopefully that happens.
I hope so. Hey, I'll look for you at class. Okay?
Yeah, keep manifesting that, Sandy.
Hey, good luck to both of you, and thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you so much.
And Lisa, who's next?
I'm going to go back and try Karen again and see if we can get her unmuted this time.
Okay.
Karen, you're unmuted.
Is the mic working?
Now it says it's muted on your end, Karen. Can you unmute yourself? Obviously not.
Yeah, I guess she can't find the mic. The only other thing she can do is type the question into the chat room. So other than
Okay, well, we're going to move down to our next person.
Yeah.
Who is Liz. Liz, you are unmuted.
Hello there, Liz.
Hello.
Hi there.
Hi.
I can hear you. Liz, where are you calling from?
I'm from Colorado, and I am so thankful for my family, and I am a Gemini.
Like me. Great.
Yay!
And remember that mutable T-square I was telling everybody about all night? Well, the energy is focusing into Gemini. So this is going to be a year that's either a make or a break year for you, my friend. It's a big year.
Okay.
Yep. That T-square is saying lots and lots of choices and decisions, and you are the one who's probably going to end up having to make them, whether you like it or not. I do see good things around you, though. What are you most grateful for?
My daughter and my husband, my family.
Yeah.
I'm lucky. I'm blessed. I'm very creative, and I want to do something creative. I've been doing childcare, and I'd like to move into the creative area.
And you want to know if that's possible.
Yeah, and would I do well?
Okay. Well, first of all, whether or not you do well, I think really you don't have to worry about. Can I ask you honestly, is there anything in life that you have ever set your attention to that you have not done well? Yeah. So let's not about the doing well, okay? It's not about whether or not you're going to do well. It's about whether or not you actually are going to be able to make the move. And the thing that's stopping you from making the move, well, it's twofold. One, there's a certain amount of money and security that's coming from what you're doing, and you're afraid if you make that transition, there's going to be a drop in income, and that it'll be a while before you bring it back up. And, I don't want to put that thought out there. Maybe there won't be any drop in income. But if there is, it'll be less than a year before you bring it back up to what it is right now. Okay? But it doesn't have to be. And the other thing is that there is a guide, which is odd. This is childcare, but there's a guide that you're connected to through that childcare that really isn't letting you go. He's not, and I don't see this as a child. I see this like as a fellow worker or a colleague or the guy who owns the place. And it's like, stay. And you have that quality that says, well, they need me. Okay?
I feel like they're family to me.
Yeah.
So.
And particularly the guy, and it's not like they're mean or nasty, but you feel like you're letting them down if you take off. And that, if you let that get in your way, that could stop you from achieving what your dreams really are. Now, on a different, do you actually paint as in like oil painting, that kind of painting?
No, I'm not a drawer or painter. I do more in the line of like party supplies, scrapbooking, designing in that area.
Okay, because what they're showing me, and I don't know where you can put it in, but what they're showing me would be that if you really go whole hog into this, you might at some point be able to have your own studio or art studio, and they're showing me paintings. That's why I was asking you oil painting or acrylic. They're showing me paintings, but that could also be the scrapbooking with all the brilliant colors. And the thing is showing me that this could eventually turn into your own business. If that's what your dream is, you have the potential for that. And then,
Okay, that would be a great dream.
and then the practical side of me, remember I said my guides are my needs there, but there's this practical side, says why not cut your hours at the daycare and begin your scrapbooking and artistic business and see where it takes you. So you schedule it. Say, okay, take this day off from the daycare. Maybe I don't work Tuesdays anymore. Maybe Tuesdays is now dedicated to my creative work. Okay?
Okay.
Um, yeah, so believe me, there is a way, and you seem to be very security conscious. So go ahead and, that's one of the things that's holding you back. So go ahead and do it with training wheels. But know that there will come a time, and it will be within the year, where you're doing well enough with the creative opportunities. Notice creative opportunities. It's not just scrapbooking. It's more. There's so much creative stuff around you. It's like it explodes. And you've got so much there that within the year, you're going to be looking at, okay, I've got to take 2 days away from daycare, 3 days. Oh, my goodness, I'm on that last day. I'm hanging by a thread. How do I let them down? You're going to have.
That's going to be exciting. Okay.
Good luck.
Thank you.
It sounds exciting to me. Very exciting. I love when I see people leading the dreams that their lives have led them to. So thank you for sharing that, and I wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye. And Lisa, who is next?
All right, I'm going to try Karen one more time, but if she can't talk this time, we do have a question in the chat room.
Good. Okay. Karen.
All right, Karen, you're unmuted again.
Karen. I feel like your mic is open. Do you have a volume control? Nope, can't hear you. Lisa, go ahead and read her question.
Okay, she just simply wants to know how she can raise her vibration.
Oh, that is a good question. Okay. You may not like my answer, though. Oh, dear. I'm assuming, Karen, that you're married or that you're living with someone because my cards are showing relationship around you. And what they're showing, this may be why you're not able to talk, okay? What they're showing is that you have a partner who is very energetic and kind of outspoken and really, really focused, and he kind of gets in your space a lot. And his vibration is very different from yours. Well, that's probably one of the reasons why you're so attracted to each other. The thing is that in order to raise your vibration, you're going to have to cut yourself free of him while you do it. So, for example, and I'm going to use myself as an example here, I had a former husband that I could be in a state of wonderful meditation, and he'd walk through the room, and bam, it would snap me right out of it. That's because his vibration was different. Not bad, just different. So what I did is I learned to vibrate while he was at work. And I learned to meditate while he was at work. So what you're going to find is that if you do your meditation, your prayer, your psychic things, your intuitive things, if you do those things when he is not in your space, your vibration more clearly. And Lisa, your mic is open when you're coughing. Please close your mic. Okay? So you're going to find that your vibration begins to heighten just by doing those metaphysical things that you're doing when you're in your own space, not the combined space. That's number one. Number two, for you, they're showing me that physical activity is really a very important component of your being able to keep your energy field clear. So if you can do yoga or Tai Chi Chuan or go to the gym and work out or swim, but that for you, keeping the physical activity a part of your vibration is very, very important And then the third thing that's something you should specifically do for yourself is, and this is a rough one, I still work on this, constantly replace the negative thoughts with a positive thought. You find yourself, somebody in a store mistreats you or doesn't wait on you properly, or maybe they totally ignore you, or maybe they drop the food in your lap and you really want to just really not like that person, to be really mean. Find something good about it, okay? Find some way to laugh at the food in the lap. Think about the waiter on the other side of the diner who came so quickly with the rag and wiped it up. Find something good, okay? So anytime you have a negative thought, replace it with a positive thought. Look for that one good thing in each situation that you encounter. And it's something you've got to do on a constant day-to-day basis. I have a good friend in my life that every time I get on a complaining bout, which we all do, and I'm lucky enough to have him in my life, every time I'm into my complaining, he'll say, "So what's good?" Okay? So you need to have somebody in your life who's going to remind you when you're into the negative mode, "Oh, so what's good, Karen?" Okay? And if you don't have a person, remind yourself to do this. So what's good? What am I grateful for in this moment? Okay? Karen, I hope that helped. Three things. Three things. Create your own space to do your meditation, your spiritual work in. Do a lot of physical exercise. It's a great way, the best way for you to clear yourself. And do the positive thinking. So what's good? Think about what's good in every situation that comes across your way. And that will definitely change and alter your vibration in a positive way. Okay? Thank you so much. And Lisa, who's our next caller?
All right, our next person is going to be Wenda. Wenda, you are unmuted.
Hello.
Oh, awesome.
Welcome. And where are you calling from?
So I'm calling from New Jersey, and today's my birthday.
Oh, well, what a birthday present. Happy birthday. We should all sing happy birthday right here. Oh, God, do that. Happy birthday.
You are my birthday present.
You. Happy birthday. Me and my guys and everybody here. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Thank you for being here, especially on your birthday. That's really special. Okay, what's your sun sign? It is Capricorn.
Yes.
Right. And as a Capricorn, you're part of that cardinal T-square where the energy is coming out into Cancer, home and family and security and nurturance. Okay, so we know what a lot of your focus is going to be for this whole year. And what's your specific question?
Well, so my specific question is, I wrote it down. Can you tell me if I have ever connected with my guides and how I can know when they're showing me something?
You know, you have, and you know. You don't always like it, though. Your guides are like attorneys in the sky, you know. They're the little voice in your head that says, "Why are you doing that?" They're that little voice that says, "Stop." And you hear, and you generally, not all the time, but you generally do step back and say, maybe I should think this one through.
Okay, because I feel like it's my imagination.
Oh, no, it's not. And let me tell you, you do listen, you do get them, and they are very happy that you know it, okay? And they're happy that they have been able to prevent you from making quite a few life mistakes, especially recently. Yes, 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 this is exciting. Okay.
Okay, I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, so when you think about the decisions and choices that you've made in the last 2 or 3 years, and sometimes for you, it's been like you were skating on the edge of thin ice. And it was like, oh dear, I'm a little too close to the edge here. And you step back. And okay? And that was them. The urge to step back was them. And so you get it. They're saying you do listen. Now, are you either married or just about to get married?
No, not at all.
Okay.
I've been divorced now for 10 years.
Okay. Good. I'm sorry to say that, but there may be a marriage coming up in your future or an opportunity for one because they're showing me that. And what they're trying to warn me about and warn you about is that you have really gotten very good to listening to that inner urge, and that is them. Okay.
Okay.
But it works best when, much like Karen, who I was speaking with before, for you, it works best when you're in your own vibration, when you're in your own space. And when you begin to really blend that vibration with somebody that you're living with or sharing space with, especially on an intimate level, it becomes very, very hard for you to listen to that inner voice. So I think that one of the reasons you're even asking this question tonight is because you're knowing that something's coming here, which is really going to change your life, and you're wanting to make sure that you don't lose the centeredness and the stability that you've gotten to that's allowed you to create the world that you have. Because you're basically in a pretty good place.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You're very welcome. And I think the changes that are coming are really going to be fun.
Yeah, I'm looking
And the
forward to it.
challenge is going to be for you to hold on to you as you move forward with them. Okay?
Thank you. That is very good. Thank you.
Good luck. Good luck with everything and have a wonderful 2016.
Oh, and you,
Okay, and Lisa, who is next? Did I just lose voice here? No, here.
No, I couldn't find my headset.
Okay.
All right. The next person I'm going to try and unmute is Doris. Doris, you are unmuted.
Hello, Doris. Doris, I cannot hear you. Look for your mic and unmute it on your end, please. Lisa, I'm thinking we have somebody else who's going to have to put her question into the chat room. You know, for a lot of people who are on here, you're not so used to the webinars as Lisa and I are, and it does take a little while to learn how the controls work. But once you learn them, they really work well. So if you're not able to find that mic or get it turned on, or maybe you have it set up so it's using the wrong mic, sometimes that happens. Maybe by next webinar you'll have figured that out. But for now, type the question into the chat room if you can't get it over audibly, and Lisa can call on you or read it out for me like we did on a couple of other people. So Lisa, who's next?
All righty. I'm going to try one more. Let's go with Kathy. Kathy, you are unmuted.
Hello, Kathy.
Hello, Sandy.
Hey, you found the mic. I felt you like hysterically looking for it. Kathy,
No,
I'm glad you found it. Kathy, what's your
thank you.
sun sign? Where are you calling from?
I'm from New Jersey, and my sun sign is Aries.
Uh-huh.
And I'm grateful. I'm always grateful for my family, but especially this year I had surgery because they thought there was something suspicious there, and it turned out that there was no cancer. So I am very grateful.
We're all clapping for you because we're all super happy. Oh, that is so wonderful. Congratulations. What a wonderful relief. What a relief. And, you know, we have in our world just a little plus for all the people in the medical field. They have come so, so far, especially with cancer. So I'm very grateful it was benign. But, you know, even if it had been cancerous, they could have fixed it. Okay? And this is one of the things I applaud our medical field and all the researchers and all the people who have donated lots of money to cancer causes. It's just I'm just super grateful. So I join
Yes,
the
definitely.
gratefulness for everybody with that. Can
Yes.
you tell me what your question is?
My question is, I'm just wondering, for my husband's business for 2016, are things going to improve?
And let me ask you, you didn't tell me what your sign is, but also what is his sign?
Oh, Aries. A Capricorn.
Okay, you're Capricorn. And
He's
what's your,
Capricorn.
he is, pardon?
He's Capricorn, and I'm Aries.
Oh, and you're Aries. Oh, what a combination. Between the two of you, you comprise two legs of the first ray of will and power. That's pretty potent stuff, okay? Do you happen to have a Leo kid around? Leo's the third leg of that ray, okay?
No.
Yeah, so you've got a pretty powerful family there, my friend. Um, Now, Capricorn is undergoing a lot of transitions and changes this year, and so are Aries. And the focus has got to be security, foundation, establishing the stability for whatever it is you're doing. So you being, I don't know, you being the Aries, him being the Capricorn, you're usually the one who runs off too fast. But I think you and he sometimes shift positions, okay? And I feel like you may have to hold the reins back a little bit because he may want to charge forward when it's time to kind of, I don't want to say pull back, but establish a greater foundation, a stronger foundation before he reaches out. The energy at work here, if you can put this forward to him, it's expand, consolidate, expand, consolidate, expand, consolidate. That's the energy. And right now, you're in a consolidation, stabilize, build it stage. Does that make sense?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. And it may help if you tell him the psychic said so too. Okay. But honestly, I feel like you really, if the finances are handled properly and you follow that pattern of consolidate before you reach for the next step, okay, I think you guys can be very, very successful. The only thing that will topple this little empire that you guys are building will be as if you overreach financially. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. I just hit the nerve. I know that, and you are correct. Okay, if you overreach financially, then you'll create something which has not got the balance necessary to move forward properly. Okay, so it's not about not moving forward. It's about moving forward with stability and solidity. Don't move forward until you've got the finances already set. Okay. So, and
Yep. Definitely.
that's the key. And if you do that way, you guys are going to be very successful. You're going to continue the journey in a successful way. Okay.
Okay.
That's a
Thank you
great.
very much.
Thank you. Thanks for calling in, folks. This is the witching hour. We're out of time. If I did not get to your question, be succinct, short questions. Send them to us. There's a little email right here on GoToWebinar. And Lisa and I, over the next month, will do our best to give you short answers back. We can't always get to everyone, but we do our best. And those of you who, I think we really had some great questions, so I think that probably a lot of you got your questions answered along the way here. Just as a reminder, the next Psychic Hour is February 7th. Please write it on your calendar. And again, if you didn't get called on this time, you've got a good chance of getting called on the next time, so come on in. And those dates, my webinar on predictions, 3 ways to make 2016 your best year, that's going to be January 21st at 8 o'clock. My Psychic Development Series comes around once a year. It starts this January on the 28th through the 30th. It's a 4-day immersion in Tampa, Florida. So if you can, come. And don't forget, the Psychic Cruise is in April. So check out my newsletter. Sign up for it soon because it's filling up. And you're just going to have so much fun. It's going to be 4 days of hanging out with us psychics. Okay? I can't wait to see everybody next month. Thank you so much for joining me. Good night. Bye, everybody.